Got Michelle in there. She upstairs. It is crazy. I'm downstairs. Look, y'all, we got Christmas in the house. That's right. Jeffy! Hell, Heffy. I love it. I'm trying to read your shirt, man. What does it say? Pierce the veil. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, welcome everybody. As we got more people coming on. It is 7:30. It feels like it's 10:30 at night. It's so dark outside. It's just crazy how early it gets dark around here. But welcome to the team call. My name is Mike. My beautiful wife, Michelle, here. We'll start talking in a second. We do this call every Monday night, except for days that we don't. So how about that? Oh, I cracked myself up. It's one of them days. It's been Monday around here. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but welcome to the Alleman group call. If this is your first time, we're looking forward to seeing you and hearing you and talking to you. And Michelle usually asks everybody to say, hey, say something. If you're brand new, tell us who you are, how you found us, all that fun stuff. Just want to remind you of a couple things coming up on the pipeline. We got our sales meeting tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. If you found out about this meeting through a text or something like that, we don't normally text the details out on the sales meeting, but it is on Slack. And if you're going, Mike, what is Slack? Well, just text back on the text message you got tonight that got you on the phone, and we'll get you on there if you're not on there. It's one of the requirements. It's how we communicate is on Slack. It's really been a godsend for us. And more importantly, it's how you actually get help when you're in the home. If you can't reach anybody by phone, what we found is we can be talking on the phone, answering a Slack, doing all kind of crazy things and keeping things moving. So
hey,
anyway.
Mike,
Yeah,
I did
Michelle.
hear we might have a couple new people on the line.
We do.
Just a shout out if Tiffany or Karma, if y'all are here, say hello. Hey,
Hi.
Tiffany, nice to meet you. You're meeting me for the first time without any makeup on, and most of the time we don't see Michelle without makeup on.
No, that's all right.
So very good. Welcome to the team. This is her first time here on the call. She's going to be getting into class this week is what I hear. Is that right?
Yep.
Where do you live?
I live over in Olympia, Washington.
Wow.
Wow.
Yep.
Cool. Is it, how cold is it over there?
It's pretty cold. It's in the 30s, but it's the humidity that makes it colder.
Yep.
Well, we think it's cold and it's only 55 over here. So
I would love 55 right now.
that's how crazy
Oh,
it is over here.
I would
It's
love
humid in
55 right now. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
too cold over here for me, but this is where I'm from, so.
Oh, I'm sorry, we're down to 48 tonight, so feels like 44. Still short weather for folks in Washington State.
Yeah. We're at a 39 right now where I'm at. So.
Do you know a town called Squim?
Yep.
You do? Okay. I was just talking
that's
about
a few
today.
hours. Yeah, that's a few hours southwest of me. So I live by the Capitol in Olympia, and then
Okay.
Squim is going southwest, kind of that direction.
That's and Quibby Island. Do you know the Quibby Island?
Yeah, that's way a couple hours away up north.
That's where my daughter lives. She's in the Navy, so
Yeah,
that's cool.
it's a
That's really
nice
cool.
area.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful.
Awesome. Well, welcome to the call. Welcome to the call, Art. I think you're brand new. I don't think I've seen you before. So welcome. Where do you live?
That's Betty's husband, Michelle.
Oh, Betty's husband. It's been so long since I've seen you. I didn't recognize you.
3 weeks, 2 weeks maybe.
I'm just glad you made it on. Now there's a mute button on the bottom.
He made it on early, even. I mean, he was on time for his time.
There's a mute button on the bottom left-hand corner, Art, and you can mute and unmute yourself. But if you're not talking, you don't need to unmute yourself, but I think you did it.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, glad you made it on. I know you were having trouble the past couple of weeks, so glad you're here. Art is out of Indiana.
And it's 31 degrees here and the wind's blowing right now.
Oh my goodness.
Woo!
And then Karma is brand new. If you know how to unmute and put your video on, you can say hi to us. If not, it's okay. We'll give you a minute here. If you don't know how, the bottom left-hand corner is your friend on Zoom. It's a mute button and it's a video button down there. So, but that's all I wanted to do, Mike. I'm going to turn it back over to you, and I know I can talk whenever you would like. I'm finishing up
Well,
an electronic application, so I need to try to finish it real quick and get this to her.
gotcha. So we won't be too long on this. Hey, one of the craziest things about this time of year is, it gets colder, it gets darker. It's even in Florida, it's colder. You know what I'm saying? And it's one of those times that we all have introspection. And one of the things I think that I was listening to Fitz today, and he was just talking about, like now's one of those great times to be digging into your reading, and really starting to find something that can fill you with positive and goodness, right? So some of the if you're with us, we got some of the books through the Alliance that are great out there. Lots of different things you can focus on, but find something, even if it's that really old book, the Bible, right? Find something that you can spend time with in the early morning hours and the late evenings, that you can improve what your thoughts are, right? Because these are the times when we have family, we worried about them, we worried about what they're going through, especially with COVID and everything else that's happening. We're worried about that. I see Katura's got a little Halsey in her hands, worrying about, bringing a baby into this world. Now, it wasn't Katura, it was another agent of ours that brought a baby into the world. But I think Katura's taking up resident babysitter, is what I think. Oh, can't hear you. Gotta say it. All right. I'll do some bad lip reading. That's been one of my things to think about this week, but take some time, find an audio, find a podcast, find something that moves you forward, in your thought process. These are the times that we really can truly expand our thought process. And you go, well, why is that important? Well, to be a better salesperson, we also have to be open to being better receptors. I was having a conversation with somebody earlier today just about, being able to pick up on the signals, on when something's going wrong or when something's going great. You have to be able to recognize them. And sometimes you don't recognize them until it's too late. And for us in sales, that could mean, hey, I missed a sale. I thought they were going to buy and they weren't. Or it could mean, that maybe I could have actually given more coverage to them, but I was listening the wrong way and I heard that they couldn't afford something, but really they could afford more, So that's kind of my message for you today, is take some time in these holidays and fill them with good things about the world. News, don't watch that. It's terrible. It's all, y'all, I don't know, on the news cycles these days, all they got is the bad stuff, right? Only the bad stuff. And 99% of the time, if it's not on your, well, I was telling somebody this the other day. I said, that stuff ain't coming in my neighborhood. It's not on my street. It's not even in my part of town. I appreciate it's happening somewhere in the 200 to 300 mile radius around my house, right? But in general, it's not affecting my everyday life. That's the way you need to be about you. Protect you, protect your mind, protect your heart, so that you can be the right person for people. Now, Michelle, I know we always talk about this is the season in December it's really about finishing the year strong and starting the year strong, and why this is some of the best time to actually touch your, really impact your client base. And maybe it's the people that you've already sold. If you've never sold anything yet, maybe it's just the people around you, just to start talking to them about, what's important in life. What about loss? And making more sales. And actually, let me rephrase that. We're not making more sales. We're covering more people. We're covering more people. So if you want to spend a few minutes, Michelle, talking a little bit about that, I appreciate it.
All right.
You're pretty without makeup.
Are you talking about more applications in the home, or are you just talking about in general?
In general, more applications in the home. Just why this time more than any time is the time to talk about protecting people.
Okay. So, if you're at the grocery store, or if you go to Walmart, whatever you do about your business during the week, there are ways for you to be a walking poster board for what you do. Don't be a secret agent. When you're in line at the grocery store, you can get a conversation going with people. How was your Thanksgiving? Oh, I eat way too much food, and then you just, what do you do for a living? Ask them, what do they do? Then they're going to ask you what you do. That's a great way to get free leads. I have one of my agents, she lives in New Orleans, and her name is Keyshawn. She is the best at this. She's not on the call tonight. She has church on Monday night, but she loves to go to Walmart and just be shopping around, and she'll get like 7 names. I am not kidding you, before she leaves the store. So that's one way to do it. That's called a free lead. We do have leads. We have people that have requested coverage, and we we help those people. But just talking to them about their family, how is your family? People tend to think about people in the family that they've lost over the holiday season. So how do you translate that into more sales for you? It's just an awareness that people have about their families, especially this time of year. They are at home more because of the shorter days. So you're going to catch more people answering the phone in the evening and in the daytime. People are just at home more in general because of the pandemic also. So it's a great time. Just ask them those type of questions. Have you had, let's say you're talking to someone and you're trying to figure out, do they even need coverage? I might be talking to someone that I just sold, but I'll ask them, who else in your family can I help? Who else in your family can I help? I know that many of you are making sales. Many of you are beginning to make sales. But when you're on the phone with that person and you finish the sale, always have a next step. And that next step is, I always tell my customers, I need you to call me when your policy comes in the mail. I need to install it for you. Now, what does that even mean? Install it. It's a big word. Sounds like I have to do something, right? Sounds like I have to go install it like an air conditioning system. That's what I think of. So it's a good word to use to get them to call you. Now, are they still going to call you? Probably not. But I'm going to text them, or I'm going to call them and say, hey, I'm going to call them in 7 days, in 10 days, and in 30 days. And I'm going to just call them and say, hey, I just wanted to make sure that you saw the draft for your policy. It went through okay, didn't it? Or, hey, I'm just calling you to make sure you got your policy in the mail. Remember I told you to call me? Did you get it in the mail yet? And if they got it, they said, oh yeah, I got it. I forgot to call you. Thank you for calling me, Michelle. Or if they didn't get it, I say, nope, I didn't get it. Okay, well, let's check next week. Be sure to call me next week if you don't have it, and then when they get it, I'm going to go through it with them and make sure, for example, with foresters especially, and foresters is one of our premier carriers. You're going to probably do a lot of business with foresters if you write business with them, because they've got some member benefits that are great for families that you won't even, none of our other insurance companies have these benefits. Orphan benefits, college money, financial assistance, hurricane money, all these types of things, free tickets to family events around the city. I personally have had a forester policy for 13 and a half years. And my husband has one, my daughter, my son, my granddaughter. I have several policies with foresters. So they've been around over 150 years. So a lot of our brand new agents, the first policy that they'll write might be on themselves. And 9 times out of 10, it's usually a forester policy. So you get to learn firsthand about those benefits, and then you can share them with other people. When my kids were younger, we would go to the event. We would go to the events. We would take them to the events, free tickets to, for example, a baseball game, the Astros, or the Hobby Center, a ballet, the Nutcracker. This time of year, the Nutcracker is a big deal. I mean, tickets are expensive, so very, very good benefits. So, I mean, gosh, I know that some of our great agents have stories like these about how you can get, how you can make that sale, how you can transition that into a sale. So, Mike, am I just going off the map?
You mean off the rail?
Off
Yeah.
the rail.
Yeah, something like that. Off the map, on the map, trap, all that fun stuff. But I'll get us back here real quick. No, that's all good stuff. That's all good stuff. And, I think that, everybody, no matter what stage you're at in this business, and we've been having a lot of discussions with agents about their time management, about, setting up your days so that you've got time blocks that you're working. Tomorrow we'll have our sales meeting at 10, but we also do what's called a dial jam from like 1 o'clock Central Time until whenever. Now, the challenge is that sometimes we have people on there that you can just plug into and listen, and you can hear them dialing. But a lot of times it's called silent because if we had the lines all open and we had everybody trying to talk to a client at the same time, everybody's would be bonkers. But it's a dial jam because it is a time we've set up where we're actually making phone calls against our leads. So it's not so much of come and listen to it as much as come and dial. And then if you've got a question, you bump up against something with a phone call where it doesn't quite go where you wanted to go, or they just hang up on you right away or say, no, it's the holidays, what are you doing? You can raise your hand, you can unmute yourself and say, hey, everybody, I got a question, and get some help, and then get redirected right then and there. The magic is not just listening to what other people are doing, but the magic is being able to do your work and get corrected right away. Doesn't mean we're going to sit there and just listen to you go dial. We don't want to do that either. But if you go, hey, I'm running to a rough patch. I want somebody to listen to me dial. We'll open it up. We'll let you do it. But here's the thing: time management is about planning to do your work so you can take the time that you're supposed to or in life as relaxation. We won't go into the whole big blocks, small rocks thing tonight, but just understand that the better plan, the better you are set up to go to work each day, the more results you will get, if that makes sense, right? Like you have to go to work each day if you want to get paid each day. If you go to work one day a month, you're going to get paid one day a month, right? And unfortunately, I got great news and bad news. You can get paid every day. That's the great news. The bad news is if you only want to get paid one day a month, it ain't going to be that big. We need you. We want you to be able to have the freedom to go, I want to work as much as I can so that when I'm ready, I had this conversation with somebody today, it was about, time off, and in our world, in the 1099 world, the independent contractor world, the insurance business world, we don't necessarily have a cap on the number of days we can take off, except if you don't work the days that you're on, taking those days off can be detrimental, if that makes sense, right? Like you should be able to take as many days off as you want to if you're going to work as many days as you possibly can. That's the trade-off. Work as much as you can so you can take off as much as you want to, because people know us. If you've known us over the years, and you'll hear us talk about it, we do love to travel. We do love to take time off. We do love all those different things, but we're also working, if that makes sense. We're working for a living. We're working on a day in, day out, making efforts to make a difference, Now I'll tell you somebody who's working, somebody who I saw just popped up here, Stephanie. If she undoes her video, you're going to see she's working, Now she ain't working in insurance tonight. Probably she's probably at the emergency room where she works. But you understand, like, this is how we build dreams. We build dreams from working to get out of something, working to stay in something, working to get into something completely different. That's the magic of what we do in this business, is that we can have those things that we want in life if we just will pursue it. Michelle, do you have anything else? I know we're getting here right at the time. It's about 5 minutes left. Stephanie's on her way out the door to another client's house. I love it, Stephanie. We love you. We're happy to see your permanent resident babysitter. She showed us this evening. She was taking care of the baby.
No, what I would like to say, Mike, is just in talking about your schedule and talking about the work and the training involved, what I like to see from agents is put together a schedule on paper for yourself and then show it to someone, whether it be me, someone that's a cross-line buddy that you can depend on, that's going to tell you the truth, that's going to be accountable, that you can be accountable to, or myself. Jonathan and Megan are great people to reach out to as well. They'll be more than willing to help you. I'm more than willing to help you. Tuesdays at 1 o'clock. Every Tuesday at 1, Mike mentioned the dial session, but I also do from 1 to 1:30 a sales coaching session for anyone that wants sales coaching. And if you've never been out on a sale, you probably don't need sales coaching. You probably need to have get out there and get on the bike a little bit, ride the bike, and then get some coaching. So anyway, it's for anyone, any one of you. You can get on that. Just let me know. I will post my meeting out at just a few minutes before 1 o'clock tomorrow. And then Mike will have the dial session going on as well. Are you gonna be able to do that, Mike? Mm-hmm. So we can have 2 sessions going on. So
Yep.
Put your schedule together. I'm looking to make 100 dials a day. That's only like for the next 4 weeks. That's like easy. That's 2.5 hours of dialing. That's all it is. How many hours do we waste? How many hours do I waste? I'm talking to myself. how many hours do I waste in a day on a regular basis? You know, and still do all the production that I do, right? So think about it for yourself, put together a schedule, and let us coach you on if your schedule looks realistic and give you some recommendation. Back to you, Mike.
All right, guys. Hey, we'll see you bright and early tomorrow at 10 a.m. Check on Slack. It'll be posted on the 411 channel, on the main channel on Fitz Group Slack. So if you're not on there, just reach out to somebody who you're talking to in the business, and they will help you get on that. And then the dial sessions tomorrow. Tuesday's a big day for us as far as going nonstop. So it's dark. I'm gonna go to bed early tonight because Michelle's been making me get up early and exercise.
Amen.
You know? So we're working it. You know how I said that? Like she got it on a schedule, and I'm like the evil demon trying to break the schedule. Like we can stay in and sleep. Look, it's 48 degrees outside. We don't have to go exercise. We can stay inside. And you know what, Sharon? She made me put a heat lamp out there so we stay warm. It's
Oh,
good. You know, we
that's
got all
why I
kind of
love
crazy
Michelle.
things.
Amen. Y'all
She
get it
finds a
done.
way. That's why
That's
I want to
what's
be
up.
around her.
That's
And
right.
ask her
Amen.
questions, girl. All right.
Mhm.
Y'all take care. Y'all have a great evening. We'll
Sharon,
see
I
y'all
hope
tomorrow
to
morning.
see. I hope to see
Mhm.
all of you on dial
All
session
day.
tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank y'all for
Absolutely,
being
all
here.
day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.